Hey, True Badger Token, nice to see you. Welcome to the call today. We are here on a Friday? Nope, on a Thursday.
Thursday.
We're here on a Thursday to give you the daily update on nSights DeFi Trader. So every day we just get a little bit closer, right, Doug?
Absolutely.
I feel like we're starting to, in software, you go through all that development, and then there's that moment where you have to focus on the end user and their experience. And you try to keep that in mind through the whole thing. But in the final throes of software development, that's where the focus has to go because we're about to have a lot of people on using the system.
Yes. Yeah. And that becomes critical from a support standpoint. And that's what you were just talking about.
Mhm.
And as far as today being Friday, Deb, it has felt like Friday since Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
Just all week. But guys, yeah, Deb is right on. So today we have spent number of hours here going through actually the registration process, which is part of the user experience. And until until you have a number of us going through it. So Brendan went through it, I went through it, Deb and Candace has gone through it. And and what's kind of, I don't know, I think it's each individual see things, feel things, and react to things different. And in the middle of it, we're having a conversation around registering our phones. Okay. And Deb is saying, no, mine did this, and I'm saying no, it did this, and Brenda's saying no, it did this, and we're all saying it did something different, right? Going through that process. So we had to go through it as a group and refine. And there's things that we found, Deb, and that we're fixing, right? Uh,
Yeah. And interestingly enough, every all four of us as we went through, each one of the four had a little bit different experience. And unless you have multiple people going through the process, you won't see them because my experience is the same every time I go through it.
yes.
Whereas Brendan, he has a phone number in his browser that was automatically going in, and the system was treating him different than the rest of us, and you with the emails. So
Yeah.
it was an eye-opening experience for sure, and one that I'm glad we went through today instead of going through when we turn this on for everybody to start using. Yeah.
Well, and this is the kind of stuff that we're working on and trying to do before we turn it on. And again, I'm under no illusions. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to keep developing as time goes on. The mid wallet being one, and how we do standing orders too. There'll be a number of things that we're working on, and again, we haven't named our grids, and we got to name our grids a name, but the way that we do that too is going to be very unique. So all of those experiences are going to be very important. But the key here today is that we're at the point of focusing on registration. That should give everybody a little clue that we are getting much farther along, and so that's good. One of the things I'll share on my screen, and this is another area. So today was all about registration, that whole registration process, and again that user experience, and again trying to refine it in such a way that the support team, primarily Candace, doesn't get overwhelmed with people trying to figure out. And I got you guys know me. I'm an open book, as open as I can be, right? Deb, I struggled,
Yeah.
didn't I? I struggled with the onboarding process, and if I struggle, right, how do I expect everybody else out there to be able to get through it easily? So we were really able to look at that, make some tweaks, make some notes, and I think make that process easier. Because the last thing I want, and I think we as a community want, really, is that if we're bringing people on, we don't want their very first introduction to nSights to be hard, right? And if the onboarding process is difficult, that's no fun for anybody. And so a lot of people would just give up and say, forget it. If it's this hard to get in, how hard it's going to be really hard to trade, right? But we don't want that, right? Because we want them to get in easily. We want them then to be able to be part of the community and experience what this is all about. So anyways, big day on that. Very, very happy with, again, I'm happy with how hard it was, because that allowed us to refine what needs to happen. So,
Yeah, and the good news is nobody got hurt. So
well, I don't know about that.
luckily we're on Zoom, so the throat punching it doesn't hurt so
It
bad.
doesn't hurt so bad. Oh, guys, we have fun. All right, you see my screen okay?
Yeah. Yep.
So the area that we're focused on in the back end of nSights right now, and we're spending a lot of time is in, we're going to move this error button over here. That's not a big deal, but I don't want it, we don't want it in this line here. We're working on the pending orders, open orders, closed orders, okay, and then this will probably go away. But other than just the buttons and what they say, is really the functionality is what we're deeply diving into. And I think, Deb, I think you had an aha moment today when we were going through this process of understanding mapping of the tokens or mapping of the trades. And so when we're in this place where it says not mapped, there'll be a button here for not mapped, and really understanding what not mapped is and how not mapped is going to functionally work. And I went through a number of examples with the staff today, and a boss is working on things. But when we have a trade that you take on Pancake Swap, or you take it on KuCoin, or maybe you got to transfer in from another token that you're trading, but you ended up with tokens in your wallet that came in through a means, a back door, front door, side door, window. I don't know how it got into your wallet, but there, bam, there it is. It's in your wallet. And nSights, when you attach your wallet, sees this XYZ token, or maybe it's True Badger nSights, Apple or one of our tokens, but you bought it out on Pancake Swap or somewhere else and didn't buy it inside nSights. But when we open up the wallet, there it is, right? We see it. There's a number of questions that have to be answered, and understanding how to put this together in a way that's easy for you guys. But like, what price did you buy it at? If it's an airdrop, was it free? And then so what price are we associating with that for an accounting standpoint? Is it 100% profit? Did you have to like put, maybe it was a claim and you had to put up a few tokens or something, whatever it was that cost you to make that happen? Somehow we have to account for that so that we get the target profits correct. And there are other examples. We're looking at, say, I'll give you an example here. These trades are open trades, 1.35 trillion nSight tokens that are ready to sell now. But I don't want to sell all of them. Maybe I sold some on Pancake Swap. I went out to Pancake Swap one day and I sold 100 million nSights tokens directly on Pancake Swap, whatever, or I sold it in the past, maybe on KuCoin or anywhere. However I sold it. And so in closed trades, it would show that sell, and it would show it zero mapped. Okay, this would not read 100%, it would read zero, and it would have this word mapped to map it here. I could click on that mapped, and I could take these 140 billion tokens, right? And I could come back over to my open trades, and I could decide which one of these trades that have not been closed, that haven't been mapped or closed yet, that have a number of tokens, and depending on the probability, This one here is setting in 18% profit right now. It has 362 billion tokens. And maybe that one cell that's enclosed was 1 billion tokens. I could then map that cell because those tokens have closed. I can map it to these open tokens right here. Now this would read 2 billion instead of 3 billion, and it would read a portion, maybe a third closed, right? Because I closed a little less than a third. So this, when we look at this, 100% here on this, well, over there, because I closed what was 100% closed of 140 billion, that's 100% closed. Over here, when I attached it to this open trade over here, this open trade had more than, 130, it had 362. So then it would show just a portion closed, and I would know that I still have tokens in this trade that are at 18% profit, or if it goes up higher, that 2/3 is still available could end up 50, 60, or 100% in profit and still available for trade. So the whole mapping function of nSights is really the unbelievable power of that we have now over how we look at our trades and how we manage our trades. So today was really, again, refining that process. There's still a little bit of work that needs to be done there, but we're getting closer. And again, we're so close that now we're focusing on the registration portion of nSights to make sure that everybody can get registered correctly. Just to give you guys an early heads up for people, when we launch NSI, we're going to have the free version, but that free version is a limited version of the number of resources that will be available for the free people to use, right? When I open up nSights initially, my goal is to get as many people to register as possible, to help people get involved in nSights and kind of get things going. So I will probably open up whatever's available, that entire version, initially for free for X period of time. So anybody that wants to get involved in nSights, when I open it up, will be able to get in, play with it, have it for free, be part of the classes that we're going to do, the trading classes, everything that we're going to do. I'll give more information on that as we get closer to the launch date. But the idea is to get it out there and get it into people's hands and really start making money with it and trading with it. But that will be something that we'll do initially. So anyways, lots of progress. Getting, again, every day we keep getting closer. And I think we're seeing that today by what we were working on. So Deb, let's take any questions that we might have.
Sure. I don't see any on YouTube, just a lot of excited people giving comments. And yeah, I don't see any questions at all.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for hanging in there. We're every day closer. We'll see where we are tomorrow. Yeah, I'll keep you updated. And I'm biting my tongue on trying to set a date to go free. But as soon as I'm comfortable with the registration process and the buying and selling, oh, that's the other thing that we did today. And we'll continue to work on. The buys we worked on yesterday and stuff. We were supposed to work on sells yesterday. The computer that I'm using here with you guys today crashed yesterday. I have been reinstalling Windows and reinstalling all the programs to get this system back up. I'm still not done, but it took one day away from me. So we've got to get back into the sell process and test the selling. A boss tested the selling today. He says it's working great. Deb and I will do the same thing, and we'll have that. So one of the experiences that I'm having today, and take it as a warning, I had a very small test account, MetaMask test account on this computer. It was so small It's like $50. Yeah, it's so small. I didn't worry about the keywords. I need the keywords, right? So I'm going to lose $50. Guys, make sure. Now on this system over here, I got redundancy 4 times. 4 times, okay, on this system. But again, I wasn't worried about this one. I wish I had, because it would have been easier just to reinstall it and take care of it. But I think that wallet's gone, is what it is. All right. In that, words of advice, redundancy. Make that your keyword for the day. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Have a great